In a previous video, I showed you how you can build a very simple clienteling app. Now, however, the current method is not very secure because anyone that has access to this URL path can effectively search for customer's email address and retrieve the profile, right? And obviously this is not something that we want. And there's a couple of ways of managing the authentication and user permissions. There is one method that I really want to show you guys of how you should be doing this, but please continue exploring. There might be a method more appropriate for you. What I'm going to use a method where you have to basically pre-approve users. So you have to enter them into the users database before they can access this. So let me show you how we're going to go about doing it. So under plugins, first of all, we need to create two different views, one for existing kind of a logged in users and one for users that haven't logged in yet. So I've created a new group here. We're going to call this group logged in. We're not going to show it by default. We're only going to show this group when current user is logged in, and only then it's visible. So by default, we're hiding it, but we're showing it when the user is logged in. And I'm going to drag all of these blocks that I created into this group. Oh, can't do that. The group's too small. So there we go. These are memberships. This is a profile attributes. And the user's email will go in here. So I'm going to horizontally align this and horizontally align this as well. So as you can tell, I'm not really following the best practice around styling. It's mostly to show you the capabilities. So let's create one more group, and we're going to show this group for people that haven't logged in yet. Logged out. And we're going to show it by default, but we're going to hide it when the current user is logged in. So there we go. So it's not visible. It's visible. It's visible when you're logged out, and it's hidden when you're logged in. Align it horizontally. Okay. And now we're going to add an input field where we're going to ask for the user's email address. So user's email. Enter your email. And we're going to add a button. And in this instance, we're going to be requesting a magic link. And I'll show you in a second what this looks like. Send me the magic link. Basically, this magic link allows you to log in without the username or password, and you can set the time duration of when these links expire. So it's an easier way of managing things like clienteling apps, because you don't have to manage users' permissions separately, and resetting passwords and hiding passwords. Effectively, as soon as the user no longer has access to their email address, that means they no longer will have access to clienteling app as well. There we go. So now let's set up the ability to send the email. So when this button is clicked, we're going to send a magic link, and the email is going to be user's email value. We're going to expire it after 2 hours. We're going to go straight to the index page, and on failure, we're going to go to 404 page. Again, this is highly configurable. You don't have to send this actual email. You can just generate the link and then send the link via SMS or send the link via maybe a map cloud. So in this case, we're just using the standard functionality. Okay, right now, if I do this, not much is going to happen because I haven't added myself as a user yet. So this is how you'd go about whitelisting users. So under app data, I create a new entry and I'm going to whitelist myself. Okay. Oh, I haven't picked this. There we go. So we have a new user. Now let's make a couple other changes. So here we can say, we can change the text if the user is not logged in. So if current user is logged out, we're going to change the text to please log in. Okay, so let's test this out. So refresh the page. Again, you can't see anything, so you don't have access to data. And now if I enter my email address, again, nothing happened. So if I wanted to, I could have hidden this page. I could have written a message. And there we go. There's the link. So if I click here, if I now log in, you can see it now log me in, and it asks me for emails for the customer's email address. So there we go. And now I have access. So that was just one of many ways of how you can manage the permissions. If you wanted to, you could allow users to log in and register, and you can verify them. But for simple things like clienteling apps, it's a little bit too complicated, I would say. And in case you're wondering why we have such a big gap, you can easily fix it by collapsing the height when this block is hidden. You can do the same thing with this block as well, so you don't have to scroll so far down. So these are ticked, and if I refresh this, there we go, it's fixed. And this is how simple it is to add things like magic link send out to allow your users that need access to clienteling apps through MapCloud.